Oh, that's real good.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel Penny Lesson. We talk about everything finance, from tips on making money and proper investing to news about the different economies and situations affecting the global markets. The goal of this channel is not only to teach you how to be more financially responsible but also to teach you how to be more aware of global events. So why not just sit back and relax while we tell you what's happening in the finance sphere? Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be constantly updated on my latest videos. Remember, one penny lesson a day keeps being penny less away. You must have heard all over the news about the current state of China's economy, right? But what does all that information mean? Don't you want to find out what and how their economy would affect us? If so, I highly recommend that you relax and watch this video. Starting with Elon Musk, known as the world's richest man and founder of Tesla. He said that China's overbuilding of homes and other buildings had created a sort of impending housing collapse. In China, there are just too many single-family homes. Even though China has a population, main housing units have been overbuilt there, and individuals have speculated on them just like they did in the US in the years leading up to 2008. Primary housing units were being built in the US at a rate that was double that of new households. It's difficult to foresee if a global economic downturn would result from something as unlikely as a conflict between China and Taiwan. Next up, we have Jim Chanos, an American investment manager who also has a net worth in the billions. He said that a few bigger Chinese financial organizations were short and still are. They believe that there are some really problematic loan books that will need to be dealt with. They also short a few of the major international banks that trade in London and have significant exposure to the real estate markets in Hong Kong and China. Additionally, he lacks one of the Macau-based US casino operators. Then there are a few Chinese brokers that transacted business in the US and are illegitimately permitting Chinese investors to make US investments. As stocks, we anticipate a crackdown there. The amount of Chinese exposure is undoubtedly higher than it was a year ago. It is far below the peaks of 2011 and 2015. After all of that, he does believe that it is important for us to watch what the Chinese leadership does to handle this at this point. They've tried to slow down the property 4 times. The first effort was conducted in 2011, and a second one was undertaken in 2014 or 2015. What occurred at that time is known. 2018 saw the third attempt. The fourth is here at this time. In each of those situations, the economy rapidly reached stall speed. The police released the brakes and pressed the pedal once again. Of course, doing that just made the situation worse. Another billionaire, by the name of Charlie Munger, also had something to say about the state of China's falling economy. More than ever, Munger said, the Chinese government is causing concern among all capitalists worldwide. Naturally, they object to it. Munger desires improved relations between China and the United States. Think about that, he continued. They are really foolish. He continued by noting that both China and the US have contributed to the current tensions. What could possibly go wrong if China and the United States are close? He argues that because China is not exactly like the United States and has serious issues, we shouldn't criticize them. They are better at certain things than we are. Both of us should get along with each other. Additionally, Munger said that he continues to invest in American businesses, such as Coca-Cola, that conduct business in China. However, he has also made sizable investments in China under the direction of Li Lu, who received significant support from the Munger family when he established a small private equity business to make investments in China. It's what inspired him to study China's top businesses for a time. Kevin Rudd, the former Prime Minister of Australia, offered several explanations for the significant growth deceleration. In doing so, he alluded to the 3 components that are involved. One is the leftward shift in Chinese economic policy that has been occurring for a number of years. We can observe this in a number of government-introduced policy measures that, to put it mildly, have alarmed the Chinese private sector. Zero-COVID lockdowns are the second and immediate cause. and it's evident that there's a chance it will happen again, at least partially, in Shanghai right now. The third issue, over which they once more have no influence, is the current state of the world economy. China's overall growth continues to be fueled mainly by net exports. What about that mixture can they alter? Not a COVID case. No. How is the world economy doing? Not as long as Xi Jinping's pal Vladimir Putin has anything to do with Ukraine. However, his leftward tilt in economic policy is reflected in the first group of measures, which is all causes. He thinks that, in the absence of significant direct simulatory actions, the government's only real option is to simply remove the pressure off the Chinese real estate market and allow it to continue its regular operations. If there is to be a course correction in some of the left-leaning economic measures implemented by Xi Jinping in recent years, it is also a case of once bitten, twice shy. The Chinese private sector's general acceptance of it is still up in the air, he said in his conclusion. We have an issue with long-term confidence because of this. Lastly, we have George Soros, a billionaire investor. He said that since Xi Jinping took office in 2013, real estate development has been China's primary driver of growth. Now, the country is experiencing an economic crisis that is based on this sector. The foundation of the real estate boom is an unsustainable model. Even before they are constructed, those purchasing flats must begin making payments. The foundation of this system is credit. The majority of the local government's income came from selling land at steadily growing prices. Prices have to go past what the average person could pay eventually. Around the middle of 2021, it took place. The boom had reached an unhealthy size by that point. It represented about 30% of the GDP and was using a rising quantity of credit. The real estate bubble abruptly came to a stop after progressively accelerating. Prices for residential land in June 2021 were more than 30% higher than they had been the previous year. The government made an effort to slow things down and ordered banks to refrain from increasing lending for residential real estate. In contrast to what was anticipated, the instruction had the opposite impact. It made it challenging for Evergrande, the most prominent and most indebted developer, to fulfill its obligations. People who had put up apartments started to worry that they may never receive the properties they had paid for, and subcontractors who hadn't been paid ceased working. There were far more sellers than buyers when the primary selling season began in September. There weren't many transactions at exorbitant costs for time. However, prices are already beginning to decline for both land and apartments. This will make many people put the most of their savings into real estate as opposed to Xi Jinping. Well, there you have it. Their opinions on the matter. Sure, we have varying opinions about it, but it does help to hear another person's opinion, especially if they are quite the expert in the field. So, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with them? This video is just one of many videos on my channel that brings you the latest news about the world of global finance and economics. So go hit that subscribe button if you don't miss out on content like these. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you again next time. Remember, 1 penny lesson a day keeps being penny less away. Cheers.